Hey, my workplace warriors. Welcome to another installment of the workplace or the job search readiness series. And today we're continuing our talk with all of you executive job search candidates or your aspiring executives. And I'm going to tell you today the why, the how, and the consequences of not doing so. And that is the why of aligning your experience with the company's mission, vision, values, and strategic goals. The how and the consequences of not aligning your experience with these company aspirations. So let's get started. So for executive job seekers, all of you out there, landing a leadership role isn't just about proving your experience to or your expertise or showcasing an impressive track record. It is about meeting the demand of today's demanding job search and hiring landscape with results-driven performance and meeting the requirement to align with the company's mission, vision, values, and strategic goals or objectives. You see, executives are expected to be strategic partners who understand and drive the company's main goals and objectives, because if you're going to be someone on the leadership team of the company, the executive leadership team, the highest echelon within the company, you're going to have to exhibit proof that you support the values of the company and the direction that it wants to go in, or the plans that the commissioners or the board of directors or whomever has for the company, so that you can get buy-in from those who report up to you, because you're going to be the one to help them to see that vision and help them to see that it is possible to reach those goals. So failing to demonstrate this alignment can mean the difference between securing your sought-after leadership position and being overlooked in favor of another candidate who effectively connects their professional experience with the company's long-term direction. So we're going to explore why this understanding is critical, how executives can articulate their fit during the hiring process, and the consequences of neglecting this key aspect of their job search. So first, let's look at why. Number one is that companies hire executives to drive their strategic vision. Executives don't just fill roles, they shape the company's future. And organizations invest heavily in leadership positions because they need individuals who can execute strategies that align with their long-term vision. When you step into an executive role, you're expected to embody the company's direction, influence its culture, and drive strategic outcomes. If you cannot demonstrate that, a strong understanding of that during your interview, where the company wants to go and how your leadership will help them to get there, decision makers may doubt your ability to make a meaningful impact on the organization, and a meaningful, positive impact. Number two is that hiring committees look for cultural fit at the leadership level. Unlike lower level positions where skills and competencies might take precedence, executive hiring decisions are heavily influenced by cultural fit and leadership philosophy. Companies want leaders who exemplify their core values, who make decisions in alignment with the company's ethical standards, and can inspire teams in a way that strengthens the existing organizational culture. For example, if a company values collaboration and innovation, and your leadership history reflects a more autonomous or independent and rigid management style, where you make all of the decisions, there may be a cultural mismatch. If you fail to address this, how you can adapt and integrate into their culture, it may raise concerns about how well you'll function within the leadership team. Then, thirdly, executives are held accountable for strategic execution. And that's because executives play a direct role in executing strategic initiatives. So hiring committees want to see that you understand the company's goals and have experience leading similar initiatives in the past, whether it's scaling operations, expanding market share, implementing digital transformation, or improving organizational efficiency. Your ability to tie your experience to the company's objectives will set you apart from your competition. So, if a company's vision focuses on global expansion, you should be able to discuss how you have led international growth strategies in previous roles, your ability to navigate global markets, regulatory challenges, and cross-cultural leadership, and show tangible results that you've achieved that align with their expansion goals. And if you can clearly connect your past success to their future direction, you position yourself as a strategic asset rather than just another job candidate. So, how do you effectively align your experience with the company's forward-thinking vision? First, research the company extensively, and I know that we're telling you that an executive level job search is different, but we also tell every job search candidate to research the company extensively. But the research that you do as an executive level job search candidate, let me tell you, it is going to be for a different purpose and at a higher echelon than the staff level position job seeker. So before applying to the executive role, deeply research the company's mission, vision, values, and strategic priorities. And what you want to look at as an executive level candidate is you want to look at their website, their investor reports, and press releases. Analyze recent earnings reports or strategic announcements. And those strategic announcements would be things like company downsizings, building new locations, where those new locations are being built, whether it's internationally or on American soil only, and also what their earnings potential is anticipated to be after they make these types of investments. Those are all things that an executive would take the time to study. And then study their leadership team's public statements and LinkedIn activity. Understand their industry challenges and opportunities. So your goal is to gain insight into the company's direction so that you can align your message accordingly. 2. Craft a compelling executive narrative. Once you understand the company's objectives, craft a narrative that connects your leadership style and achievements to their goals. You should be able to answer key questions and take note of how does my experience directly contribute to this company's future focus or success? Which of my leadership achievements demonstrate alignment with their vision? How do my values and leadership philosophy complement their company culture? For instance, if a company prioritizes innovation, your executive pitch should highlight instances where you've led successful innovation initiatives, launched new products or services, or implemented game-changing strategies that drove market success. Then number 3, incorporate that alignment into your resume, cover letter, and interview responses. Your resume, cover letter, and interview answers should all reinforce your alignment with the company's mission, vision, values, and strategic goals. On your resume, instead of listing responsibilities, emphasize leadership initiatives and accomplishments that demonstrate strategic alignment. For example, you could include on your resume that you led digital transformation initiatives that increased operational efficiency by 35%, directly supporting the company's vision for modernization and innovation. In your cover letter, open with a statement that reflects your connection to the company's mission. For example, as a leader passionate about sustainability, I am drawn to company's name, commitment to eco-friendly solutions. My experience launching green initiatives has directly contributed to sustainable business growth, aligning seamlessly with your corporate vision. And then during the interview, be prepared to speak about how your leadership has embodied similar values, executed comparable strategies, and delivered results that align with their business objectives. 4, demonstrate long-term thinking and strategic vision, because if you're the successful candidate, the selected candidate, they want you to be there for a long time, and they want you to set the stage for not just 1 year of success, but they want you to set the stage for the foreseeable future success of the company. So since you're an executive candidate, you're expected to have a forward-thinking mindset. And the hiring committees want to know that you not only understand their company's mission, but also have a clear vision for how you would help drive that vision forward. So during the interview process, prepare to discuss your long-term vision for the company and the industry, innovative strategies you would implement to help achieve their strategic goals, and how you would navigate challenges and position the company for sustained success, because every business experiences challenges at some point in its life cycle, and they want to make sure that as the person in that executive seat, you're anticipating some challenges that they could face based on your knowledge about the company and your past experience, and how you would help them to successfully navigate those challenges and remain a viable company. So being able to articulate where you see the company in 5 years and how you will contribute to its evolution will make a lasting positive impression. So we would be remiss if we didn't help you to understand the consequences of failing to align your values with the company's mission, vision, and strategic goals, because that's just how important it is. We all know that there are consequences for every action. So neglecting to align your executive experience with your target company's core objectives can lead to several negative outcomes that you do not want as an executive or an aspiring executive. First of all, it should be obvious that it could lead to missed opportunities, because if the hiring committee does not see a direct connection between your experience and their company's goals, they will likely move toward another candidate, or move forward with another candidate who can articulate this alignment more effectively. Then number two, it could lead to a perceived lack of fit. And that's because executives who fail to demonstrate cultural alignment risk being seen as a poor fit for the leadership team. And this is particularly critical at the C-suite level, where leadership cohesion is essential for success. Third, failing to align your values with the company's mission, vision, values, and strategic goals could lead to weak positioning against your competitors. That's because many executive candidates have impressive experience, but those who can clearly tie their expertise to the company's long-term vision stand out in the hiring process in an awesome way. Very memorable. Then, number four, it could lead to your struggles with onboarding and influence. And because if you secure a leadership role without fully understanding or embracing the company's strategic direction, you may face resistance when trying to implement change, because those who report to you will feel like you don't know the business, or you don't know how to effectively get buy-in for the change that needs to take place. And so leaders who don't align with the company values, they often struggle to gain internal buy-in. And as a leader, you do not want that. So some final thoughts about the power of strategic alignment in the executive job search is just that landing an executive role is about more than proving past success. It's about demonstrating how your leadership will drive the company forward. And so when you align your experience with the company's mission, vision, values, and strategic goals, you position yourself as a leader who is not only capable, but also deeply invested in the company's future. By conducting thorough research, crafting a compelling executive narrative, and weaving this alignment into every stage of the hiring process, you increase your chances of standing out as the ideal candidate. Executives who understand this principle don't just land jobs, they shape the future of the companies they lead. And so if you're an executive job seeker preparing for interviews, take the time to study your target company's direction and strategically connect your experience to their goals. I can guarantee you that doing so won't just help you secure the role, it will set the foundation for your long-term leadership success with that company. As always, I'm on this mission to help you live your very best career life. So if you're stopping by for the first time, welcome. If you're a repeat visitor or a subscriber, welcome back. And I encourage you to consider subscribing. Check out all of this awesome content that I have available for any level of job seeker. And if you choose to later, you can always unsubscribe, but I bet you won't. I bet you'll stay subscribed, because you see the heart and soul I put into this content and the research, what have you, to make sure that you are set to put your best foot forward during your job search journey. And it's going to be a successful job search journey. Do me a favor, help me to reach more people by liking, sharing, and as I said, subscribing, and let the algorithm know that this is awesome content that others need to see. I would greatly appreciate that. Until next time, everyone, I look forward to seeing you in another video. But until then, career success to you. Bye-bye.